You're listening to Mentoring Developers. I wanted to talk to you about your advice to other people like you. Perhaps they're women, perhaps they're men, perhaps they're people who are doing other things, perhaps people in finance. They're thinking about starting a career or going into software development. Now, you've gone through this process. How do you rate software development as a career for those people? From a scale of 1 to 10, where do you put this?
Yeah, I think it's a little hard to tell right now. I feel so new to it. But, I'm interested in I've listened to things about, like artificial intelligence and robotics and, the biotechnology that's going to be out there in the next 20 years. And in that sense, I feel like it's so critical to be competent with technology, to be comfortable with technology. And so that's what right now what drives me is just thinking in 10 years and 20 years, I'm going to be so appreciative that I am where I am, just understanding where I think the world is going. So I don't think I answered your question, but
how do you rate it? Is it 10 out of 10? Is it 5? Is it kind of?
I think the criticality of staying relevant, I would rate it as a 10. Thinking of where we'll be in the next 10 or 20 years. I just think that it's important to be comfortable with technology. Maybe not be a programmer, but to be comfortable with it. And I think we think about, it's hard to think of, far into the future or anything like that. But, I went through a really tough work experience where when I lived in Albuquerque, what we were doing is we were outsourcing that operation. So people who had been doing a lot of data entry for years and years and years, their jobs effectively went away. And it was one of those things where it was for these individuals, they were aware that technology is taking over this stuff and that their roles are becoming less and less relevant, but they never did anything about that. And for me, I don't want to be in that position. And so I feel like when I'm 50 years old, I don't want to be in that position where I'm so far away from technology and where the future is moving that I can't even relate to it. And so in that sense, I feel like so much of what we're doing and what we will be doing is rooted in technology that I want to be there. I want to be comfortable with it. I want to be competent in it. And I think it's going to be critical when you think of the jobs that are out there. And so in that sense, I rate it a 10.
That's great. I think you're right, because you can't get away from it. It's just something that people have to deal with, whether they are doing software development themselves or consuming software. You just can't get away from it. Thank you so much for listening.
For show notes and transcripts, visit us at mentoringdevelopers.com.